track means a new challenge at the Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championship. This time, the grid lines up in Indonesia. The season is in full swing as the young drivers suit up in the race to become the region's first champion. As the competition heats up, so does the drama. Plenty of race action coming up. This is the Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championship.
Selamat datang and welcome to the Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championship. With 2 events under our belt, the championship is well underway, and this round is brought to you from Sentul in Indonesia. I'm Daniel Woodruff.
And I'm Renai Matu. Now, the last round was wet and wild in the Philippines, but I'm not quite sure we've escaped the weather. We're here in Bogor City, also nicknamed Kota Hujan, aka Rain City, and it's living up to its name.
There are 6 races on offer this weekend, and the Indonesians are well represented on the grid. It's going to be a good one.
Sentul International Circuit is the latest venue of the Formula 4 Southeast Asia for the 3rd round of the championship. Having hosted numerous regional and international racing events in its illustrious past, this will be the first time that the circuit will host the series.
We're not just creating an Asian all-sport ecosystem, we're actually creating opportunities and cultures and careers in the sport. By coming here to Sentul and to other circuits around Asia, like Philippines, the last event, we're bringing this sport, we're bringing F4, the FIA F4 global format to the community so they can see and feel and touch.
The series is one of 12 FIA-certified Formula 4 championships run globally.
The weekend promises plenty of thrills and maybe 1 or 2 spills out there.
Indonesia is one of the most densely populated places in the world, and that means if you don't speak the language, it can be a little bit hard to get around.
Lucky there's 1 or 2 of the drivers that can teach the other drivers a thing or two. How's your Indonesian?
Bagus. Bagus. Bagus.
Nama saya Akash, saya dari India.
Nama saya Akash, saya dari India.
Nama saya Muhammad Nalwala.
So, nama saya Khalid.
Yes.
Presley itu sangat ganteng.
Presley itu sangat ganteng.
Keenan sangat ganteng.
Kinin sangat ganteng.
Thank you.
Saya adalah
pembalap
yang sangat keren.
Can you repeat that?
Yang sangat keren. Mobil saya warna pink.
Bisa pesen satu sate.
Bisa pesen satu sate.
Yeah.
Saya cinta
Indonesia. The way you say thank you is terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Now, it's always exciting to be racing at a new location, but a new venue means a new track to master.
And while the track may not look like the most technical on paper, there are many more challenges than meets the eye.
Located 60 kilometers south of Jakarta, Sentul International Circuit is 4.12 kilometers long and runs clockwise. One of its key features, a 900-meter main straight. Expect the drivers to hit speeds of 210 kilometers an hour before slowing down for the right-handed turn 1. There are 12 corners all up, 8 of them right-handed. The high-speed turn 2 promises high-speed thrills. There's plenty of action on the cards with overtaking opportunities to be had on turns 3, 4, 8 and 9. As the grid got ready for qualifying on Friday afternoon, the heavens opened up. This is Rain City after all. Daniel Frost had been fastest in the morning's free practice, and it looked like he was set to secure pole until some last-lap magic from Kiwi Fane Kahia. A flying lap would see Kahia secure pole position for race 1 with a fastest lap time of 1 minute 40.624. Joining the Kiwi up front is Singapore's Daniel Frost, just a tenth of a second behind him. The times are tight at the top, with home favourite Presley Martono making the push from the second row and Malaysia's Israf Danish alongside him. Keenan Santosa will also be flying the flag for Indonesia. He starts from 7th on the grid. Wet conditions for race 1, adding to the challenge out on track. Pulsar Kahia would not have it easy, having to defend from the charging Frost at the start. Singaporean young gun would overtake Kahia when the Kiwi spun out and was forced to retire.
He definitely had a problem with his engine, so I just took the advantage out of him and got pole position. And after the chicane, I just pushed as hard as I could and definitely pulled a lot.
Daniel would charge ahead, pulling a lead out front with home hopes Presley Martono behind him. A battle for the final podium spot was going down between Oman's Khalid Al-Wahaibi and Malaysia's Ishraf Danish. The epic duel would last several laps until midway through the race when the two collided. Al-Wahaibi goes spinning out of the race, prompting a safety car period. In the end, it finishes Daniel in first, Presley in second, and Ishraf third. As the highest-placed rookie, Presley Martono also receives the Rookie Award for Race 1. India's Mohammad Nalwana finishes fourth, with compatriot Akash Gowda in fifth, while Indonesia's Kenan Santoso would finish in sixth. That wraps up an eventful day of racing in Sentul. After the break, eyes on the prize. What drives these drivers? Plus, more racing drama.
Hi, my name is Presley Martono. I'm 16 years old and I come from the Java island of Indonesia.
I'm Kenan Santoso. I'm 16 years old and I'm from Indonesia.
Kia ora, my name is Fane Kahir. I'm 20 and I'm from Taupo, New Zealand.
My name is Mohammad Nalwala. I'm 18 years old and I'm from India.
Hi, I'm Chow Hong. I'm 20 years old and I'm from Malaysia.
It's a huge eye-opener. I mean, traveling around Southeast Asia, you get to experience so much culture, different foods, but also the way other people live.
Well, I really like traveling, but at the same time, it's really tiring. I really miss home.
This is my second time coming to Indonesia. It's quite nice. The food is quite decent. And people here seem fairly nice. I'm a homeboy and I come from Indonesia and I'm racing here in Sentul. It's great because I've got a lot of supporters, you know, people who've never seen me race, like my friends and family, they come.
The atmosphere here, I'm very comfortable with it. The people here, I know so much.
Yeah, I've been really looking forward to this round ever since I saw that there was going to be a Sentul race. So.
There's so many friends and it helps me lose some of the pressure and then makes me less nervous.
The racing continued on Saturday. The drivers' fastest lap times in race 1 would determine the starting positions for the 12-lap race 2. With a fastest lap of 1 minute 39.647, Daniel Frost will start on pole, Indonesian Presley Martono beside him, while another homeboy, Kenan Santoso, starts on the 4th row. It was a dramatic start to the race, with the two front runners pushing the limits from the get-go. It was a battle that would end abruptly after a collision sends them both out of the race. A mistake from Malaysia's Chow Hong proves costly as he spins out to retire as well. Out came the safety car. In the melee, it was the Kiwi Fane Kahia who inherited the race lead. But it was a lead that would not last long after receiving a drive-through penalty. With Akash Gowda leading, a battle for second was brewing behind between Kenan Santoso and Malaysia's Ishraf Danish. Santoso out of the race in the final sector on the final lap. Left to collect the pieces, India's Mohammad Nalwala coolly comes through for third. A double podium celebration for India with Akash Gowda in first, Mohammad Nalwala in third, and the Malaysian Ishraf Danish in second.
I felt really happy because when I saw my rear view mirror, I saw my teammate also.
It's a really good feeling to have two Indians on the podium, and it feels good to represent India.
Celebrations for India in race 2, both drivers happy on top of the podium. For his efforts, Ishraf Danish would also secure the rookie trophy.
As the Formula 4 series enters the Southeast Asian region, we're seeing more and more youngsters at this grassroots level exposed to higher technology that's pretty similar to Formula 1. And that begins with the Formula 4 steering wheel. Now, the first thing you need to know before hopping into this car is how to take it off. And that's done with this quick release button. That's done by pulling the yellow tab, which makes it come off really, really easily and quickly. And that allows the driver to get in and out of the car because it's pretty tight. On the steering wheel, we also have our paddle shifts. Now, on the right side, that means that we can go up the gears, and pushing the left paddle means that we can go down the gears. This leads to very, very fast shifts, and also means that it's less physically demanding for our drivers in comparison to older stick shift systems. And it also means that it's quite similar to the Formula 1 system. Also on the steering wheel, we have a pit lane speed limiter, which means that the drivers will always be at the maximum pit lane speed limit when they're in the pit lane. Any faster, and that means they'll get a penalty. So holding down on this button means that they stay within the regulations. Also on this, we have the page scroll button, so we can go up the pages or down the pages, and that changes the screens. And on this screen, it allows us to view the engine diagnosis, whether it be the oil temperature, the water temperature, pressures, the gear that you're in, and all your lap times.
The starting lineup for race 3 is determined by the finishing positions for race 2, with the top half of the grid reversed. Oman's Khalid Al-Wahibi starts on pole position, while Indonesian hopes rest in Presley Martono 6th on the grid and Keenan Santoso in 9th. Dry conditions at Sentul for the 12-lap race 3. A spectacular start from Fane saw him take the lead ahead of Daniel Frost and Khalid Al-Wahibi in the first lap.
I just put my head down and nailed it. I took, 2 or 3 cars in the first lap. I just nailed it, kept putting pressure on them, making them position their cars in the wrong spot so I can go through.
There would be some drama as India's Mohammed Alwala spins off the track. The safety car would get a run out. With the restart on lap 3, Kahya would hold on to the lead after successfully fending off the challenge from Daniel. With car troubles, the Singaporean would retire to the sidelines in dramatic fashion. After the restart, Kahya would maintain his lead, Martono in a comfortable second. The other on-track battle involved a 3-horse race between Khalid, Wing Hun and Ishraf. The Omani driver quickly came under pressure.
Made it quite hard for me to overtake him, and so I kind of did a tricky move to him at the 3rd corner, and I managed to do it.
Wing Hun snatches 3rd place from Khalid at the flag for his maiden podium finish in the championship. Fane secures top spot on the podium with Indonesia's Presley in 2nd. For his efforts, the Wonder Boy Martono also secures the Rookie Award for race 3. Unfortunately, compatriot Keenan would not finish the race. Khalid would have to settle for 4th after that tough battle, while Akash Gowda would finish in 5th, Ishraf Danish in 6th.
We've had an eventful race 3. Daniel, not the best of luck for you in the race, but we're starting on pole position for race 4. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Not very happy after race 3 because I just finished with a DNF. But we're starting in pole position for race 4, so things could change this round, this race, sorry.
We've seen some consistent times from you, consistently fast times from you. And of course, you were racing in your first wet race win yesterday. Going into a wet race now, it's just started raining. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, it's good. Race 1, I was very consistent, maybe 2/10 off each lap. So definitely very, very good for me, and I'm very focused for this race. I definitely have a lot of advantage now, but yeah, it looks like it's a bit stopping to rain, but hopefully it stays like this. But other than that, it'll be good.
The grid positions of race 4 were determined by the driver's 2nd fastest time from qualifying. Daniel Frost would start on pole position with Fane Kahya alongside him. The 2 Indonesians, Presley and Keenan, would be making the push from the 2nd row, while the 2 Indian drivers, Mohammed and Akash, would start from 3rd row on the grid. The wet conditions would be unforgiving in race 4. A great start up the line by the Singaporean saw Daniel retain the lead ahead of Fane and Presley not far behind. The drivers struggled to manage their wet tyres in the rapidly drying track. First to suffer was Frost. He goes off at the first corner, gifting the race to Kahya. But the Kiwi had the monumental task of defending his position from Presley.
Into the last corner, I was so close with him, and I was like, you know what, this is do or die. I'm in Indonesia right now. I might not get another chance this weekend. Let's go for it. And I was like, this is a 50-50. So I went in, and he braked even deeper, and so at the end I got him.
The Indonesian's spectacular last corner, last lap overtake move saw him prevail to claim his first win on home soil, leaving Kahya to settle for 2nd. Behind the pair, the battle royale for the final spot on the podium between Keenan, Ishraf and Wing Hun. Under pressure, they would collide, resulting in DNFs for all 3 in spectacular fashion. India's Nalwala left to pick up the pieces for that final spot on the podium.
Yeah, it's just a great feeling to win and in front of all my home people here and in my home country. So yeah, but we got 2 more tomorrow.
Sweet victory at home for the Indonesian Martono. He also secures the rookie trophy. Finishing outside of the podium was India's Akash Gowda in what proved to be yet another eventful race. We're off for a quick break. Coming up, action from a final day of racing at Sentul. Who came out of the weekend on top?
My ambitions have always been to, aspire to be the best race car driver I can be, become a professional motorsport athlete, be paid to do what I love.
I hope in a few years' time that I can be a professional driver, completely paid, like doing GTs or maybe even prototypes.
You know, I'm very fortunate to be able to race. You know, racing isn't a cheap sport. So, yeah, I'm just taking it every race at a time and, realizing how the position I am and how fortunate I am to even be able to race.
It's actually just to go as far as I can go. So I'm going to work very hard. So hopefully I can get to an F1 and, bring the Indonesian flag back to Formula 1.
My aim is obviously Formula 1, but obviously I started with Formula 4 and let's see where my future takes me.
It's Sunday, the final day of racing here at Event 3 in Sentul. The drivers' fastest lap times from Race 4 would determine the starting lineup for the 12-lap Race 5. A bout of food poisoning and a trip to the hospital means Daniel Frost is missing from pole position. Fane Kahia will start alone at the front. Home heroes Presley Martono starts in P4, while Keenan Santoso starts in P6. Dry conditions for the 12-lap Race 5. Clean starts from all the drivers. Fane surging in front with Presley jumping into second ahead of Akash Gowda. Under pressure while jostling for position, Wing Hung would go for a spin. While he would rejoin the race, it meant a brief period under the safety car. At the restart, some quick lap times from Kahia saw him open a 2.6-second gap on Martono.
And I just chucked it all into this race, and once I knew how fast I was going, I just kept in my head, keep doing the same thing, and I kept doing it.
Behind the leaders, the rest of the field pulled out all the stops. After closing in on compatriot Wing Hun, a failed overtaking maneuver by Ishraf sees the young Malaysian spin off and retire from the race. In the end, it's the Kiwi Kahia crossing the line first for his second win of the weekend. It's a good day to be Indonesian, with Wonder Boy Martono flying the flag on the podium in second. He also secures the rookie win. Akash Gowda's third, Chia Wing Hung in the points in fourth, and India's Mohammad Nalwala in fifth.
The heavens have opened up and it's decided it's going to be a wet race for Race 6 here at the Formula 4 at Sentul International Circuit. I'm with the General Manager, Ananda Mikola. Look, it's been an exciting weekend.
It's excellent because it's the first time also for us to have this international event in the last 5 years. And it is a good championship Formula 4 because we have all the good driver, the new, the star of racing star from go-kart. And hopefully in the future we have a more driver on the grid from Indonesia, because my goal to have a Formula 1 driver from Southeast Asia or from Formula 4 to be in the higher level in the world class.
Okay, so you've been a driver before. How important is an event like this to bring up an international name for our local drivers?
Yeah, in the past we have Naru Championship, but I think in the last 10 years this is the best championship what we have.
Let's enjoy Race 6.
The finishing order of Race 5 would determine the starting grid for Race 6 with a twist, as the grid was again reversed for the final race of the weekend. Malaysia's Wing Hung starts on pole position with Akash Gowda alongside him. Indonesian hopes lie in Presley Martono in third, with Keenan Santoso in sixth. Daniel Frost rejoins the grid after his bout of illness in ninth. Wet conditions for the final race of the weekend, all 14 laps of it. A poor start from the pole sitter Wing Hung saw him drop to the back of the grid, while Akash Gowda stormed into the lead. But the Indian teenager had Kahia and Martono breathing down his neck. The Kiwi overtaking him by the second lap to pull away in front with some quick laps. Akash was left with the hard task of defending against a determined Presley. Pole sitter Wing Hung would have his own dramas as he spun off the track and retired. The safety car a blessing for Frost, who would then catch up to Nalwala. The race would resume on lap 8, Kahia quicker off the mark.
I made sure to do a really technical start, confuse the guys behind me a little bit, which worked greatly, And I just worked it to a T and boom, last corner, just foot flat, gunned it, and I held the lead from the safety car restart to the finish.
Martono would capitalise on his pace to overtake Akash for second. In the race to the finish line, Gauda successfully defends his third place. Fain Kahia with his third consecutive win. Indonesia's Presley Martono finishes in second, with compatriot Keenan Santoso finishing in seventh. With that, Event 3 of the Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championship drew to a close. Unlike the championship point system, the event champion points sees the drivers graded on reverse points. Indonesia's Presley Martono has a total of 17 points. Number 55, Fain Kahia from New Zealand, secures 19 points. Number 33, India's Akash Gauda, has 21 points. India's Muhammad Nalwala secures 29 points. Malaysia's Ishraf Danish finishes the weekend with 33 points. The number 66 of Singapore's Daniel Frost secures 36 points, while Oman's Khalid Al-Wahibi finishes the weekend with 38 points. Homeboy Keenan Santoso finishes with 38 points, and Chow Wing Hung from Malaysia finishes the weekend on 39 points. The objective is to attain the lowest points to be declared the event champion. With 5 second-place finishes and 1 rare victory, 17 points sees Indonesian home favourite Presley Martono awarded the Fuji Xerox Star Driver Award for being the overall champion for Event 3.
Yeah, it's good because, it's my home race, so to get the overall champion is really good. So we made up ground in the championship, but just gonna look for these results in the next 3 rounds because we're only halfway, and I think Sentul was a really good success for the F4 coming here, the interest and everything.
It's been an incredible week here at Sentul International Circuit. It was a good decision to come here because it brought the Indonesian talent forward. It also brought interest from the karters, and people were to come here and speak to the drivers, feel the cars, see what we're talking about. So I believe now we're in a good position to actually bring more Indonesians to our grid in the future.
3 events done, just 3 to go. The championship moves from Indonesia back to Sepang International Circuit in Malaysia for Event 4. Buriram Thailand is scheduled for January, with a final Event 6 to be held back at Sepang.
Well, that wraps up another fantastic weekend of racing from the Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championship.
And as we pass the halfway point of the championship, we know there's plenty more racing action to come when the drivers return for Event 5 in Sepang, Malaysia.
Always hot, always humid, and you know what? Always a chance of rain. Make sure to add us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we'll see you next time.